Michael Jackson, famously known as the King of Pop, was a global icon whose four-decade career redefined music, dance, and visual performance. From his debut with the Jackson 5 to his record-breaking solo album Thriller, he became one of the best-selling artists in history with over 500 million records sold. Beyond his 13 Grammy Awards and legendary moonwalk, Michael Jackson was a monumental philanthropist. He donated an estimated $500 million to various charities, becoming the first artist to raise such a massive record-breaking amount for global causes. In the world of pop culture, there are now many stars, and then there is Michael Jackson. Even in 2026, as we witness the massive eras of where the Taylor Swift, The Weeknd, Delana Del Rey, Michael Jackson's shadow still looms larger than life. He wasn't just a singer, he was a global phenomenon, and we all stand by that. Fans didn't just cheer, they fainted, they wept, they saw something divine in a man who could command the world just by standing still. The revenue he generated for the industry and the US economy was staggering, a financial juggernaut the likes of which we may never see again. Beyond his artistry, Jackson was a massive economic force, generating unprecedented revenue through his world tours and campaigns. However, his career was also defined by a high-stakes power struggle with the music industry, most notably his public feud with Sony Music and its then CEO, Tommy Mottola. Jackson famously labeled the industry devilish and claimed Mottola was a manipulative figure. Yes, Michael Jackson publicly called Tommy Mottola, the then chairman of Sony Music Entertainment, the devil and a racist during a protest in London on the 15th of June 2002.
I'm not supposed to say what I'm going to say right now, but I have to let you in on a secret.
Say it.
Please don't videotape what I'm going to say, okay? Turn that off, please. No, what? I don't mind. Tape it. This is an evil man. And Michael, this man follows me, she said. He taps her phones. And he's very, very evil, and she doesn't trust him. And he is a horrible human being. And we have to continue our drive until he's terminated.
Despite these tensions, Jackson proved his business acumen by acquiring a 50% stake in the lucrative Sony ATV music catalog, a move that solidified his power but also increased the targets on his back.
I've generated several $1 billion for Sony. Several billion. And they really thought that my mind is always on music and dancing, and it usually is, but they never thought that this performer, myself, would outthink them.
Yeah!
So I'm leaving Sony a free agent, owning half of Sony. So I own half of Sony's publishing, and I'm leaving them, and they're very angry at me because of it. But I just did good business, you know.
The trajectory of Jackson's physical health took a pivotal turn following the 1984 Pepsi commercial accident which left him with severe burns and led to a lifetime of surgeries and chronic pain. This eventually resulted in a dependency on propofol, a powerful anesthetic administered via drip by his personal physician, Dr. Conrad Murray. Following Jackson's passing in 2009, Murray was convicted of involuntary manslaughter, serving nearly 2 years of a 4-year sentence before being released for good behavior. While the official cause of death was an overdose, theories persist that Jackson's demise was orchestrated by industry elites who were threatened by his knowledge and financial leverage. Many of Jackson's associates argued he was surprisingly healthy for his age, fueling suspicions that his death was not a simple medical accident. Now the question is, did MJ fake his death? Michael Jackson was a master of disguise, forced to hide behind masks just to walk the streets.
Yeah, let's go. So he goes into the room. 20 minutes later, he comes back out. And I'm like, okay, shit, where's Mike? The guy that came back out was like, I'm right here. I was like, this ain't Mike. I said, Mike, that's you? This nigga came out looking like an old man with a long ass beard, this little hat move in his trench, like a complete disguise.
What kind of disguise did he have? Explain it to me.
It was like, he had a beard for sure.
He had a fake beard.
He had a beard.
Wow. Okay.
He definitely looked like an older white guy. I mean, even the clothes that he had on.
After clearing his name in court against false allegations, the court announced him innocent, and the masks finally came off in the whole world.
Superior Court of the State of California for the County of Santa Barbara, Santa Maria Division. The people of the State of California plaintiff versus Michael Joe Jackson defendant. Case number 1133603. Count 1 verdict. We, the jury, in the above entitled case, find the defendant not guilty of conspiracy as charged in count 1 of the indictment.
And started pointing. Jackson began exposing the industry's dark underbelly, calling out slavery contracts and the powerful giants pulling the strings behind the scenes. He wasn't just a performer anymore, he was a whistleblower. And in a world where the elite controlled the narrative, his truth became his greatest danger. Michael Jackson was aware of his murder. Yes, he expressed fear in a leaked phone call shortly before his death, claiming that unnamed individuals were targeting him.
There may be a group of people. They want to get rid of me. They don't want me here anymore.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
I can't talk about it over the phone. I don't know what's going to happen.
And then something happened which was never expected. After Michael Jackson's passing, a mysterious and viral event occurred during an interview on Larry King Live. A man named Dave, a close friend of Michael whom the singer had supported since childhood after he survived a horrific fire, appeared as a guest to honor Michael's memory. Fans watching the show were immediately shocked, noticing that Dave's voice, mannerisms, and even his eyes bore a striking resemblance to Michael's. This sparked a massive internet conspiracy theory that Michael Jackson was still alive and had appeared on the show in disguise to watch the world's reaction to his death. The news exploded across social media and news outlets, becoming one of the most famous urban legends following his passing.
Dave. He was David Rothenberg. He was set on fire in 1983, suffered, as you can see, terrible scars. Michael Jackson befriended him and paid for a lot of his surgeries. Dave is also attending the burial. Why Dave?
Well, to liberate myself from the confines of my father's criminality.
He caused the fire?
Yeah. he is a criminal, and he caused all this. To free myself of his name and his legacy, I decided to become my own person.
In an industry often described as a devil's world, where the price of entry is everything and the exit is usually a tragedy, Jackson find the only door out? Was Dave a friend, or was he the king of pop hiding in plain sight? Thanks for watching. Do hit the like, share and subscribe button.
Yeah, let's go. So he goes into the room. 20 minutes later, he comes back out. And I'm like, okay, shit, where's Mike? The guy that came back out was like, I'm right here. I was like, this ain't Mike. I said, Mike, that's you? This nigga came out looking like an old man with a long ass beard, this little hat move in his trench, like a complete disguise.
But what kind
माइकल जैक्सन वॉज वेरी पॉपुलर एंड कहीं भी बाहर जाना होता था तो ही यूज टू चेंज हिमसेल्फ, अपना हुलिया बदल के ही यूज टू गो आउट एंड ही वॉज ग्रेट एट इट. तो द सेकेंड conspiracy theory is that Michael Jackson faked his death. I know it sounds crazy, बट हेयर मी आउट, माइकल जैक्सन फेक्ड हिज डेथ क्योंकि कहीं ना कहीं वो एक्सपोज करने लग गए थे पूरी म्यूजिक इंडस्ट्री को, एंड कहीं ना कहीं म्यूजिक इंडस्ट्री वांटेड टू गेट रिड ऑफ हिम. एंड ऑफ कोर्स माइकल वॉज स्मार्ट इनफ एंड साथ ही साथ माइकल वॉज पावरफुल इनफ. ही न्यू कि ऐसा कुछ होने वाला है. वॉट इफ ही फेक्ड हिज ओन डेथ इससे पहले कोई और आके कुछ करे? इट्स वेरी पॉसिबल. ये थियरी काफ़ी सारे माइकल जैक्सन फैंस बिलीव करते हैं और करना चाहते हैं. वो नहीं चाहते कि भाई इतना बड़ा पॉप स्टार ऐसे ही मर गया हो, ऐसे ही वेस्ट चली गई हो लाइफ. वो काफ़ी सारे फैंस ये चीज़ बिलीव नहीं करना चाहते हैं. और इस थियरी को फ्यूल पता है तुम्हें कब मिला? जब एक टीवी शो पे एक विक्टिम आया था, अ बर्न विक्टिम, और जब माइकल जैक्सन के फैंस ने उस विक्टिम को देखा, उन्होंने सीधा सीधा बोल दिया कि दिस इज माइकल जैक्सन. खुद देखो.
The funeral. And Dave, yes, that's his name, Dave. He was David Rothenberg. He was set on fire in 1983, suffered, as you can see, terrible scars. Michael Jackson befriended him and paid for a lot of his surgeries. Dave is also attending the burial. Why Dave?
Well, to liberate myself from the confines of my father's criminality.
He caused the fire?
Yeah. He is a criminal, and he caused all this. To free myself of his name and his legacy, I decided to become my own person.
जो माइकल जैक्सन फैंस हैं वो देख के सीधा सीधा बोल सकते हैं कि दिस इज माइकल जैक्सन. द वे ही सिट्स, द वे ही टॉक्स, इट्स वेरी हार्ड टू बिलीव कि ये इंसान माइकल जैक्सन नहीं है. इस इंसान का नाम था डेव. एंड कमाल की बात यह है कि डेव और माइकल जैक्सन की साथ में पिक्चर है, और वो भी पुराने टाइम की. तो इस थियरी में ज़्यादा वेट है नहीं. लेकिन अगर हम इस चीज़ को कंसिडर करते हैं दैट माइकल जैक्सन वॉज किंग ऑफ डिस्गाइज एंड डेव वॉज सिवियरली बर्न्ड इन हिज चाइल्डहुड, तो इट्स वेरी पॉसिबल कि माइकल जैक्सन भी ऐसे ही कहीं घूम रहे हो. जस्ट अ थियरी. इस कंस्पिरेसी थियरी से एक चीज़ तो प्रूव होती है दैट द म्यूजिक इंडस्ट्री इज़ वेरी ईविल. इट्स वेरी ईविल. देयर इज समथिंग रॉन्ग गोइंग ऑन. बहुत कल्ट लाइक बिहेवियर है म्यूजिक इंडस्ट्री का. इट्स लाइक कि अगर एक आर्टिस्ट है तो उसके लिए बहुत मुश्किल है इस इंडस्ट्री में घुसना, और अगर कोई आर्टिस्ट एक बार एंटर कर जाए इस इंडस्ट्री को तो वो आसानी से बाहर नहीं जा सकता.